Chapter 13, Light and Sound. Learning Objectives: Light, Shadow, Human Sound, Properties of Light, Sound. Warm up. Recently, I went to my hometown in Himachal Pradesh. It had mountains all around. But something strange happened. When I was playing and called my friends, the sound of my voice dispersed everywhere. Mountains are so beautiful. This is so interesting. Let's ask teacher why that happened. Yes, it happened with me too. My voice reached the mountains and vibrated back. Light. What happens at night when the power goes off? Can you see your belongings in a dark room? No, it is too dark to see anything. We cannot see any object around us without light. Light is a form of energy that can be detected by the human eye. It enables us to see or makes objects visible. Light is the only form of energy that can travel through vacuum. Sources of light. Any objects that emits light is called a source of light. There are natural and artificial sources of light. The sun is the main natural source of light on earth. Other natural sources are fire and stars. The sources of light that are created by humans are called as artificial source of light. Torch, light bulb, lamp, etc. are artificial sources of light. Luminous and non-luminous objects. Objects which have a light of their own and are a source of light, natural or artificial, are called luminous objects like sun, stars, fire, bulbs, lamp, etc. Objects which do not have a light of their own and can only be seen when light falls on them are called non-luminous objects like pen, earth, tree, book, etc. Properties of light. We can see objects because of the light falling on them. The rays of light travel to the object, and on being reflected by the object, they travel to our eyes, enabling us to see it. The light travels with a tremendous speed of about 3 lakh km per second. Light has many properties. Let us study more about them. Light travels in a straight line. Light spreads in all directions. When light falls on an object, it is bounced back by the object. This is called reflection of light. We see objects when the reflected light enters our eyes. Shiny surfaces like mirrors reflect light better than other surfaces. Light appears to be white, but it is actually made up of colors, like in the rainbow. Light can travel through different mediums, like air and water. Transparent, translucent, and opaque objects. Different objects that we see around us behave differently with light. They can broadly be classified into 3 categories based on the amount of light they transmit. Objects like water, glass, clear plastic, etc. allow light to pass through them easily. They are called transparent objects. Some objects like tissue paper, lampshades, and oil paper, etc., through which light can pass partially, are called translucent objects. Some other objects like wood, stone, metal, etc., that do not allow light to pass through them at all are called opaque objects. Shadow. If an opaque object is kept in the path of light, it does not allow the light to pass through it. A dark area is formed behind that object. This area is called a shadow. Features of a shadow. Shadows have certain specific features. A shadow is formed on the opposite side of the source of light. It is always black in color, even if the object is colored. Transparent objects do not form shadows. Translucent objects form light shadow, whereas opaque objects form dark shadows. Size of shadow depends on the distance between the object and the source of light. If the source of light and the object are close to one another, the shadow is bigger in size, and vice versa. Shadows are shortest during noon and longest during sunrise and sunset. Sound is a type of energy made by vibrations. When the drum is hit with a drumstick, the drum skin stretching on it vibrates, producing different sounds. Similarly, when you pluck the strings of a guitar, the guitar vibrates and produces sound. Sounds help in identifying the type of objects producing them. Properties of sound. Sound needs a medium to travel. Hence, it cannot travel through vacuum. When an object vibrates, it causes movement in the surrounding air molecules. These molecules bump into the molecules close to them, causing them to vibrate as well, and so on. This creates a wave of vibrations called sound waves that travel through the air to reach our eardrum. Speed of sound wave change when it travels through different mediums. When a wave passes through a denser medium, it goes faster than it does through a less dense medium. This means that sound travels faster through water than through air, and faster through iron rod than through water. Did you know dogs can hear sounds at a much higher frequency than humans? They can hear sounds or noises which even humans cannot hear. On the other hand, flies cannot hear any kind of sound, not even their own noise. Some sounds are soft and pleasant to hear. Some sounds are loud and may or may be pleasant. Soft and pleasant sounds soothe us. Loud and unpleasant sounds irritate us. Such a sound is called noise. Noise causes noise pollution. Common sources of noise pollution are aircrafts, loudspeakers, vehicle, horns, etc. Echo. Echo is defined as a sound caused by the reflection of sound waves from a surface that comes back after a little gap to the listener. Sound waves also get reflected when you clap or speak loudly in a room that is totally empty. Sound waves travel undisturbed, reach the wall of the room and reflect and come back. When you speak in a room full of furniture, the sound waves reflect back so fast that no echo is heard. Echo is formed when there is enough gap between the direct sound and reflected sound. Echoes are used by bats, dolphins, and fishermen to detect an object or obstruction. They are also used in sonar, sound navigation and ranging, and radar, radio detection and ranging to detect an obstacle. Human sound. Your voice comes from your throat. Put your hand gently on the front of your throat and hum. You can feel the vibrations in your throat. Inside the throat is a voice box. It helps us to speak. Inside the voice box, there are folds of muscles called vocal cords. When you speak or sing, the vocal cords vibrate and produce sound. You do this by making air from your lungs pass over the vocal cords. Sound can be changed by making the vocal cords vibrate faster or slower. Keywords: transparent, objects that allow light to pass through them. Translucent, objects that allow some light to pass through them. Opaque, objects that do not allow light to pass through them. Vocal cords, folds of muscles inside the voice box. Noise, loud and unpleasant sound that irritates us. Chapter Roundup. Light is a form of energy. Objects that emit light are called luminous objects. Light has many properties. Objects can be of three types: transparent, translucent and opaque. Shadow is a dark area formed behind the object due to light. Sound is a kind of energy. It needs a medium to travel. Sound is produced because of vibration of an object. Loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. Sound caused by reflection of sound waves after a gap is called echo.